And just like that, we're back at Low Man Rods in Tipp City, Ohio. And yeah, let's go check out the 5-window. Let's see what we find inside here. Okay, we're going to show you some of the details that we have found first, and maybe we'll see if Timmy or someone else is in here. We got here during a lunch break, so it's kind of quiet in here, and that's one reason we came right now, is so there's no loud noises and work. But we'll show you a few things here that I noticed. So they actually fabricated a fan shroud, so that is all done, all fabricated and made instead of just a plastic one. So getting it all set up, did the thermostat housing, so figuring out the hoses, so that is all done. The pulleys are on the engine, so that looks good, and we have an alternator at the bottom, so that looks like that's all getting set up, and with another hose how that's going to be made. What else under the engine? We already showed the firewall was done inside, so that is all done. But I like the fan shroud, so very cool. And you can see they fabricated all this, and it's all kind of rounded and then all supported and just all real clean. So it's going to be all smooth, and it's all brackets down the side, so that'll look really clean underneath. Looks like, I know Timmy had to make brackets for the alternator because it didn't have all the holes for the engine, so he had to make the brackets and fab all this stuff. So they did it in 3D printing, so this is plastic, and then they'll actually make it from there in metal, which it looks like they've done already. No, that's still plastic, so they're just mocking it up with the 3D printing now. What else have they done here? I know the inside is all tore apart. Not sure what they're doing in here yet. We did show before the cross member for the transmission, so it can come in and out. They did get new bell housing because the previous bell housing was actually cracked on the other side, so it does have a new bell housing. It looks like we got the starter, everything mocked up here as well. I bet they're working on the pedal assembly, but let's see if there's anything else noticeable. I think that's the big thing right now, are just those items. We're waiting on the rear brakes to show up, or at least the calipers from SoCal Speed Shop, so we'll have that. But yeah, and then it's kind of onto the gas tank in the back. I think they have the clutch and flywheel inside. It did not have the clutch and flywheel. Let me see if it has. Yeah, we had the clutch and flywheel inside, so that is all mocked up and mounted as well, so that is good. But progress continues here at Low Man Rods. Sometimes you think it's not much progress, but in the scheme of things, trust me, it's hours, because I have a check to give, and you know, you got a lot of hours in fabricating and figuring stuff out and making stuff, and again, a lot of pieces are one-off. You know, just the fan shroud and making brackets and just fabricating a lot of these different things for the car. So we'll give you a quick walk around of maybe some of the other projects. If you want to see some of the other projects in here as well, maybe we'll see if we find Timmy or someone else to give us another update, or what are the next steps on the 5-window. They do have the F100. It looks like it's really progressing, so a lot of new sheet metal, as you can see, but it is a pro street. They've made so many parts, which again, you don't really notice on this, but I think the running boards are all tucked in. It is on a full tube chassis. I'll show you some of the chassis in the back of this as well. So look at all the crazy exhaust coming up and over, just mounted. But there's a ton of fabrication in this truck. I think all the floors are done. Yep, floors. I think they have a tunnel made. So just a lot of work in this pickup truck. We've shown you the Firebird in the past. I don't know what else is going on with it. Let's see here. Oh yeah, I'm making an air cleaner. So that looks to be all getting done, and the hoses as well. 57 Chevy. That one's getting ready to leave, I believe. Got the quarters all done on that one. That one's on an Art Morrison chassis, so just looking good. And then Mac's car is continuing to progress here as well. So yeah, kind of gives you a quick glimpse in the fab shop. Let's go to the body shop and let's see if we see anything back there before we find maybe Mac or Timmy. Okay, for this section, we're back on the road. They're working on a few more things. They kind of had to wrap up the 57, but things are continuing to progress here at Low Man Rods. But thanks to those guys, we'll continue to give more updates in this video. We'll be back up again as it progresses. We'll have one long video just full of updates, but we hope you like seeing some of these. Comment below, what would you like to see next? And we appreciate watching just this short section. We'll continue on. We're going to continue to enjoy the ride in the 413 coupe. Let's get back on the road. Going back on the road again, same week, 4 days later, back up to Low Man Rods. Just got my hair cut, got my ears lowered, and yeah, back in the 413 coupe here. Trying to put a whole bunch of miles on it, just make sure everything is good before we go to Nashville, before we go to Gathering at the Rock, and then shipping this car out to California. So trying to figure all that stuff out, but really cranking out the miles. It's been a daily driver this week. It's been beautiful weather here in Ohio. So we're on our way up to Low Man Rods today to actually kind of get fitted inside the 5-window coupe. So steering column. So we'll show you more on the 5-window. They continue to progress there at Low Man Rods. So we're just on the road and gonna put another 100 or so miles on the 413 coupe. So living the dream in the hot rods. Okay, I had to stop here. I'm with Brendan. We got Brendan here.
How you doing?
Brendan saw me driving down the road. We're on our way to Low Man Rods, and he's like, hey, take some pictures. So he has this nice camera and shooting some photos. And then we're sitting here, we're talking about the car, and I look down, and do you notice anything wrong? The shock has actually come out of the shock mount. So it came up, it's all threaded. So Brendan is actually going to take me back, get the truck, because I don't have any tools and all that stuff here. So we're gonna take the shock off, and I'm gonna put it in the trailer and try to get it fixed. But you never know who you're gonna be with, and so he's gonna drive me back home, get the truck, and we'll get this fixed. But I have no idea why, and I wonder how long it's actually been that, because I felt like it hadn't been riding that good on that side. So has it been like that for a few miles? So I don't know. Luckily it's not worse, but we'll get it fixed. But thanks to Brendan here for coming to the rescue. Just met him by chance going down the road. So we'll get this fixed and get it up and see what we can do. Well, thanks again to the young gentleman that he drove me home. He checked out the Kugel Murrock, let him see that car. But I got the trailer behind me now, so got the trailer. Luckily I had it at our shop, and now go load up the car, and I was on my way again to Low Man Rods. So I'll probably just still go up there and I'll just use their tools and take the shock, because I didn't have any tools with me, take that shock apart, and then hopefully nothing's wrong. I don't know why it came out if it was threaded, so why would that have come out at the top? So hopefully it's an easy fix and get it back in there. But go load up the car. If it's not one thing, it's another, right? But it's just a car, and that's why I've been driving it the last 4 days, is to make sure everything is good. So could have been much worse. We could have been on the highway or hit something, and so who knows. So I've been getting beat to death a little bit in it. So I just wonder how long, again, that was actually like that. Well, has it been like that the last day or so, and I haven't just noticed it? So we'll see here. We'll try to get this fixed and move along. So I guess next stop is get this car loaded up inside the trailer. Yeah, at least it's pretty out. It's not raining. Could always be worse. I'm laughing because now the trailer, the wire here just come undone and snapped off too. So if it's not one thing, it's another, you know. Luckily I enjoy hot rods, or I would have been out of this a long time ago, because it seems like something always happens, and it always happens to me. I don't know, maybe God's testing me, but who knows. It is what it is. So let's get this thing started up. We'll get it in the trailer and get on the road and go try to fix this too, and then fix the trailer. So maybe it's all timing. It's happening before we go to Nashville, and getting it all out of the way, right? So yeah. I'm just sitting in the trailer now fixing the shock. So luckily I always carry tools with me, and what I did, I just unbolted the bottom part of the shock, slid it off, and then took the top off, and then threaded this back. It threaded easy, threaded it right back in, then compressed the shock and putting it back together and just tightening it now. So I have no idea how in the world the shock got unthreaded. So comment below, how would that happen? I'm not a mechanic. I can figure out how to put a shock back together, but I have no idea how it would come unthreaded. It's not stripped, threaded right back up in there all the way. So, but we're getting it put back together. I am at Low Man Rods, didn't need them to help me. So rather than them or figuring out some way to get it home, and I just went and got the truck trailer, and I had to come up here anyways. I was halfway up, so just getting it fixed. So yeah, call me a mechanic. No, don't call me a mechanic. I'm not, but getting it put back together. We'll get this home after I go see the 5 windows. So we're gonna walk inside here in a minute. They're during their lunch break, and check out the 5 window, and then we'll get this home, and maybe we'll put that on camera. We'll test drive it. I was noticing a little bit of a on the right hand side, so I just wonder how long this has been there. Haven't noticed it. So we'll get this home and test drive it and see how it handles after this gets fixed. So yeah, getting it all fixed. Plenty of clearance everywhere, so who knows. But yeah, always carry tools, I guess. Maybe I should start carrying tools in the hot rod with me. I actually took the shock back apart. We're gonna put some Loctite on this, so hopefully it doesn't back off. So is this shaft, is it spinning inside and just vibration from getting beat to death on the roads? Is it over time, is that turning inside? I don't know, but we're gonna add some Loctite to this, and then I'm gonna put it back on again. So I took it back off to put it back on for Loctite. So we'll see how Loctite does. Thanks, Nick. So we're inside Low Man Rods here, lunchtime, so it's not too loud right now, but wanted to show you a few things. I'm gonna get inside. We'll get Matt on camera here when he gets back. So got the 413 coupe out there, got it fixed, and let's check this out. I wanted to show you a few things. So last time we were here, they were working on, you know, figuring out radiator hoses and where everything mounts and so forth. So looks like they had started tacking together the top radiator hose, so fabricating all that. Again, you see the fan shroud all made, so obviously this all be smoothed out, but that is all made. We got the carburetor on here as well, alternator. So looks like they took the water pump back off. Maybe I'll ask Timmy. They may have done a smoothie water pump instead, since the block is all smooth. So we had talked about that last time. But looking inside, they got the seat back in, so I'm going to climb in here in a few minutes. The shift handle, and just figuring out steering column location where it's really comfortable to drive. Kind of wanting it set up like the 413 coupe, where the steering column is, or I can drive down here instead of driving from the bottom. So you'll notice the column, I'll have more room for my feet instead of it coming straight. It'll be all knuckled and joints coming down. So figuring all that out. Again, we have the fuse panel all mounted underneath, so the wires will be all hidden. So that is progressing. So the floor
is all back together. Again, they made some of this all removable, so the center section is all removable, and the tunnel, the floor. So if we wanted to pull the transmission up rather than digging into more of the chassis, transmission will actually come up out of the car. Lord knows transmissions do come out rather than pull the whole front end, the engine, everything. Then you're worried about chip and paint and so forth. It'll come out the other direction. I mean, the Shoot the 413 coupe transmission has been out, I want to say 5 or 6 times now. So I mess up stuff. That's what I do. I break stuff and I have other people fix it. But yeah, the inside is starting to look good and figure all that out. Let's see what else. So when Matt gets back, I'll hop in the car and we'll figure out where we want. They ordered this neat little turn signal for the steering column as well. So we wanted something kind of traditional. Steadfast made the column drop so it kind of matches the tunnel. So that all matches the tunnel. It kind of matches these little pieces here as well on the floorboard. So Steadfast Hot Rods machined those pieces, machined this. Obviously they fabricated the tunnel, machined all these pieces. And right now we have a Johnson's Hot Rod shift handle that's all taped up. The seat does go back and forth. So I'll probably sit back as far as I can in here, but I want it to be able to come up so Susan, my wife, can drive the car. And she does know how to drive a stick. So Susan knows how to drive a stick. So she's driven a lot of our hot rods, as you've seen her drive Roadsters. So I want her to be able to drive the car, and I want my boys to be able to learn how to drive a stick. So I'll show you one thing here real quick. Even the lug nuts on the rear, these are all machined. Machined aluminum. So these are one-off lug nuts for the rear. You see the sway bar, so it has the rear sway bar. So all that is all done and hidden. And then again, it has a front sway bar as well. So I would expect that this car, now it's going to be low, but I would expect this car to really handle really well with the front and rear sway bars. And the story on that is why I started this car with Steadfast again. I rode in Henry's black Roadster in the rain, and that car had all the sway bars, and we were, I guess you could say, drifting in the Roadster. And that car handled really good, really amazing. So that was something really I wanted, one of their chassis. And of course the stance, they really get their stance down. But so yeah, we'll show more as Matt gets here. I'll get inside the car, we'll get fitted for the steering column, and then we'll get back on the road. I haven't eaten all day, so I'm anxious to get on the road, get back, eat a little food. And we're gonna get the 413 coupe out again today, out of the trailer. We'll take that back home. And while we're waiting on them to come back, I'll take you back to the back shop. Let's see if we see anything else. So in here is just Fab Shop. We've shown you some of this before. Let's walk back. They have a couple different sections inside the shop. We got the truck and trailer out here with the 413 coupe. You got a little 56 Chevy they just finished. We had shown that before. Yeah. I'm gonna show you Low Man Rod's phone number. So if you ever wanna do work with them, and they sell parts as well, you can contact them. Here's their information. So 937-679-5140. You can always talk to Mac, Mac, or Tim. They can help schedule work. And again, they do from anything from installs to service. Like I even bring my hot rods here. I don't even change oil anymore. I used to do all that stuff. Oil, brakes, everything. I don't do it anymore. I have them service it. But they do that stuff. So I'll get it serviced and get everything checked out because I'm just too lazy, or I don't want to be sore after doing it. But we have a couple cars back here. Got the blue Camaro, getting some things done. The delivery is in here, super nice car, really slick, but you see kind of a ramjet, fuel injected, but looking traditional here as well. This car is really nice. The color outside is really slick. You got the Pontiac sedan, it's all painted, just starting to come together a little bit. You may have seen the Firebird. Just a little service work. We got Owl's little Chevy 2 in here. So just getting a little service here as well. Real cool car, LS. Thunderbird's coming together. And then a 37 getting put back together. They had a little paint touch up and looks like they're doing some other stuff. So Nick's back there getting ready to work, right, Nick?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. A lot of you remember Nick. Nick's done a lot of work for us on a lot of the cars for us. So yeah, constantly helping. But yeah, just a quick look before we get back to the 5-window. I just wanted to show you, they always have something kind of new and going on here at Low Man Rods. They're right outside Dayton, Ohio, Tipp City area, so off of I-70. So if you get to 75 and 70, they're a couple miles off the highway, so it's very easy location, easy access. We're probably 10 minutes to Dayton, maybe an hour to Cincinnati, and then they're probably maybe an hour to Columbus, so pretty easy. And we're probably 2 hours to Indianapolis, so kind of get a vicinity of where they're actually located. So we're figuring out feet. I think I'm all the way back, yeah. So I should have some, well, we'll definitely have to bring it up because my legs won't, because I'll have cushion and everything else, so we'll definitely have to bring it up.
Do something else with this mount, change
Yeah.
the angle a little bit.
Yeah.
But that's what I wanted you for.
Yeah, because by the time we put cushion, I mean, I'll probably still have a bigger cushion than this.
Yeah.
Your knees will hit.
Okay.
So I almost think, you know, when I'm reaching, and of course I'll be up like this with the back, right?
Yeah.
So I'm thinking we'll probably almost put the steering wheel right in here almost, right? Because I could still go like this, right? And then I could clear my knees below. So
As far as spacing?
spacing, I think it's pretty good. Because realistically, I'll probably be up a little bit more, right? So, I mean, yeah, I'm not like this, right? So distance-wise, I think the distance is pretty good, right?
That was my main concern, and then obviously your tilt.
Yeah.
I've got your bearing putting here in the floor,
Yep.
and that's what I was trying to figure out. So I have our distance. This will only be from the front of this 5 1/4.
Okay.
So I'll have a secondary mount that comes down
Okay.
and grabs this and really keeps that nice and stout and sturdy.
Okay. So that's all nice. So rather than the column coming between my feet, right? Of course, we don't have a gas pedal, but I guess gas pedal, I could rest my foot on the tunnel, right?
Once you decide on a gas pedal, I find a location for it and figure that out. That's completely
Yeah,
up to you.
I think, yeah, with the pedals, I think I'll have enough room. I mean, it may be like this where I'm kind of pushing,
Reaching for it.
yeah, reaching for it a little bit.
You want it to be comfortable with it.
Yeah, but this isn't too bad with my right leg because I can shift. I can lay my leg over a little bit. Of course, yeah, I'll have room for my left leg over here. So do you just angle that then and bring it up?
Yeah, I'll probably just split this.
Okay.
Just angle it a little more, a
Okay.
couple degrees, and pull it back.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, I'd almost
Probably
kind of.
put the top of this. I can't really. I mean, you'll be able to tell my line of sight.
Yeah.
Can you tell where the top of this is right now? Like here.
Yeah, I feel like it's here.
Okay. I'm thinking maybe the top
Yeah.
of this bolt or something.
Yep. So yeah, if we move it up, because my hand can still be like that and it's not above, right? My hands aren't above the windshield. So I think all that is good. And then distance-wise, it'd still be good because realistically, I'm going to be up like this.
Yeah, it would move down a little bit. I tried to
Yeah.
add some padding there, but
Yeah.
it's tough telling how much.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, I think, of course, the seat's all the way down and it's all the way back too, right? Okay. It's one of the difficult things is really trying to get fitted in a car, make sure. But I like the looks once it kind of goes up and just adjusting it. This is a steadfast steering wheel, so we'll probably end up Cerakoting all of it and painting it, and it won't be polished. But yeah,
Are you comfortable with this? Do you like this here? Do you want it somewhere else?
I think that's pretty good.
I didn't know if you wanted it tucked back here, however you look.
No, because I can actually drive and move that.
That's
I think
what
that's
I was
good.
setting up for, but yeah, I was asking
Yeah.
personal preference. Make sure you're all right with that.
And I guess if we move the steering wheel up here as well, then I can get out easier too. I'll have more room for my legs. But yeah, it's tight on my legs now. So, okay.
If I didn't love the car so much, I would have already sold it because I fixed so many things on it. But I love the car. It's not really for sale. It takes stupid money, but yeah, it's just an old hot rod.
Okay, back in the 413 coupe. We're gonna take it for a test drive. Go out of the garage and let's see how this car does with a shock actually connected this time. So here we go. Riding good. I just wonder again, I've repeated it, but I wonder again how long it was like that, and maybe it was close, or maybe it was almost unthreaded, it just come unthreaded, and it wasn't handling as well. So, because I wonder if that's part of the reason I felt like a tire needed true. So, pretty crazy. I mean, these shocks are a little bit more even bouncy. They're brand new Ride-Tech shocks, but they're actually a little bit more bouncy than what my old shocks were. So I'm wondering, you know, do they soften up as time goes? And I probably have about 900 miles on it already with these shocks, but handle them pretty good now. This thing really does good on the road once it's dialed in. Well, back on the road again. It is a new week, but it is the same video. We're driving a different car today because we have the 413 coupe. We got the front tires off, and we have the extra set of wheels going to get trued today. And the fin covers, we're going to check to see if those are all balanced as well. So we're going to have those spun, see if they need a weight. So if you ever have a vibration, you have a fin cover, they can get out of balance. Those aren't all perfect, so you can put weights on the inside of the fin covers. On these, I think we'd probably wire tie it on the outside, but it does drastically help if you have a vibration at a certain speed and then it goes away. Check out your fin covers. But the 413 coupe is just down for the day because we pulled off the fin covers. So what do you think we're in? We're gonna go out in the sun. It is gonna be in the 90s, I think, today. So we're in the Coupe Roadster. What better way to get some sun than drive a Roadster? And we're on our way again to Low Man Rods to check on the 5-window coupe. So let's see what progress has been made. We'll show you another update, but we're gonna enjoy the ride in the Maroc. So let's get back on the road. week it was the 413 coupe. I think this week it may be a coupe week, and just really try to crank out some miles. We put a lot of miles on this car since we've got it in December, and I think if we drive it several times this week, we'll have over 1,000 miles on it already. So yeah, we do drive the car, and we're gonna have it on the highway here today and probably multiple times this week. So man, especially on a day like today, it's still in the morning, but it's gonna get hot. We decided to leave this morning early, but this car just is really nice and fun to drive. You know, one hand on the wheel, it just handles like a go-kart going around these corners. You don't have to slow this down. It's just amazing to drive this car. So which one do you think will end up in California? We are planning on shipping one of the cars, either this car or the 413 coupe, out to California with SoCal Speed Shop. Check out their storage options. We're gonna have one of these cars out in California next year. Our goal is to be out there. I'm not saying this is definite yet. Our goal is to be out there in November for the NHRA finals. Have a car there. We'll have a car, hopefully, at Grand National Roadster Show, and we'll do LA Roadster Show, and then we're trying to squeeze in one more. So what do you think we should do? One more event before June rolls around. And so we're trying to be out in California at least 4 times. But thanks to SoCal Speed Shop for their storage options to store one of our cars. So it's going to be a tough decision which one to ship out, because both are so much fun to drive. But comment below which one you think it will be. We'll show you more on the road and up at Low Man Rods. Today we drive a few cool back roads. We're actually coming through Oakwood now. It's kind of a upper scale area, and we'll come down into where University of Dayton is. So we'll kind of drop down into University of Dayton. I'll maybe show you a little bit through there. You'll see maybe on the outskirts of the campus. We won't drive through campus, but you'll just see some of that area coming down into Dayton, Ohio. We'll drive through downtown Dayton. So if you like some scenery, maybe we'll show you a little bit. It's just pretty with all the trees lined up. Nothing like pulling right out in front of you. So this is Oakwood High School, just a real neat old high school that you see through here. All the brick, just kind of really neat. And then just neat buildings over here as well. I like getting off the beaten path sometimes, and I've driven several back roads already today as well. Just trying to get lost and make my way up to Tipp City. So I'll probably be on the road for maybe an hour, 45 minutes to an hour with all the directions I'm going, but it's well worth it driving a car. It's just so nice. But get out and see different things, get off the beaten path. Really nice places through here. So this is coming down into kind of campus. So just really pretty coming down into University of Dayton. I'll try to keep the camera below the windshield so you don't have the wind noise. Just really pretty through here. Just the old houses, the stone walls, tree-lined streets. So this all kind of starts campus area where a lot of students will actually be. So these are all classes. Then you have, there's UD over there as well. So that's all part of the University of Dayton campus. You see students walking all around here as well, going to classes. It is in session. So just all housing. So once you get out of, there's a cool car place. A whole bunch of cars. So once you get out of University of Dayton, you're really right into downtown Dayton. So we'll show you a little bit coming into Dayton. Dayton's really neat. You got a Packer Museum downtown Dayton. There's a lot of different things here. Obviously you got Wright Brothers flying and so forth. But there's a lot of different things downtown Dayton. They've really kind of made it a lot nicer through here. It's still a city, but it's not a bad area, at least from where I worked at. My office when I was in the insurance industry used to be downtown Dayton, so I would drive each day, and you know, you drive 30 to 40 minutes at least to the office each time you come down. So, but you'll see a little bit of downtown Dayton, and people that don't know where to drive to. So my old office was not far from this. Really, when COVID hit, we stopped going to the office. It changed a lot, but I rarely went into the office toward the end before I retired from the insurance industry. Just worked from home so much. People waving along the roads. I guess they like the Murrock. And then you get real close to the river here. So we're gonna ride along the river. There's a nice park area. It is a lot nicer filming with the Murrock. It's easy to drive. You don't have to shift, and it's all open, so I can see so much more going through the area. It's much easier to show you anything that we see. These guys are over there. So you see Art Museum over there. Really neat down by the river. Okay, we're about to get on the highway here a little bit. There's some outskirts of the areas we don't want to drive this thing through. So we're going to jump on the highway. We're coming up on Route 75. 75 goes right through downtown Dayton, but we're going to go kind of a bypass so we don't get beat to death through construction. And we do try to take care of the car a little bit, but we're going to do a bypass here, get on the highway, and then jump on another highway up to Lowman Rods. So we'll just keep moving along. 70, easy access, kind of north of Dayton, Ohio, west of Springfield, Ohio, probably about an hour again away from Columbus. So let's get on the highway. And just like that, we're back at Low Man Rods again. Muroc did great. We were on the road for a while. I bet we were driving for almost an hour, but we're gonna get inside. They do need to fit us again for the steering column. They made a few more adjustments on that. So let's get inside, show you the 5 window, and we'll get back on the road here in a few more minutes with the Muroc Roadster. So Low Man Rods, they do have some storage here as well for RVs, boats, trailers. You'll see that outside. You'll see their phone number up there. But let's get inside and show you what they have going on. They do have parts, so if you want to buy any parts and stuff like that, they do have always stock some different parts and supplies. There she is. Okay, we'll show more once we start reviewing the car with them here as well and get inside, get fitted. So stay tuned as we continue to progress inside Low Man Rods. Okay, I'm gonna get in the car again here and see how the steering column is. And I'll show you one of the differences if you compare it to the earlier video that we had. The column drop was actually shortened. So you see the column drop, it was cut out and moved up and then straightened. So it brought the whole column up a little bit higher there. So positioning my feet. I can still reach. This is pretty good here. So yeah, most likely kind of drive here. Of course, I'll have a cushion. I'll have a cushion behind me and a cushion. We're just kind of faking it right now. That'll raise me up just a hair. So we have this pretty far down there, but this isn't bad getting in and out of the car because I'm kind of sitting all the way back. The seat is moved all the way back. Now I'll be moved up a little bit with, we have the pedal assembly below. So my feet will probably be more like this. So my legs will be a little bit in the car, and then, but I can lay. So I try to figure out where I can rest my leg. My foot will probably rest on the tunnel a little bit, and then I should be able to put my left foot, kind of stretch it out, which would be good. I like stretching my legs out as much as I can and have as much room as we can. I think this is actually pretty good for the height of it. And we moved it up as well. The reason we moved that up again is so my legs would have clearance. So before I couldn't move my right leg over. Now I can move my right leg over, and I think it's pretty good. I have room to shift my legs. Yeah, I think it's pretty good. So you'll see this is a custom machined steering wheel, steadfast hot rods. They make a little piece that goes in here. We may make something a little different. I think would be cool for that section, just to hide it. But yeah, kind of looking out, acting like I'm driving. Not a bad view. Once this thing is really on the ground, it's gonna have such a rake. I'm gonna see the whole road. It's gonna be perfect. But no, I think this is really good. Okay, and just like that, we're back on the road. Really, that's kind of what we came up here for. They have the brackets for the sway bar. Thanks again, Henry at Steadfast, for sending us those. We have the steering column kind of all figured out, the lower radiator hose, so we'll be back up again for more updates. We hope you like all the updates on the 5-window coupe here at Low Man Rods. If you like today's video, give us a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button. We'll continue to show you more as it progresses, but we're getting back on the road, and we'll see if we end up one more place, if we show you more. But if not, we'll see you on the road the next episode. We have a lot of exciting videos coming up. Triple Crown, and we'll be there in Nashville here in just a few short weeks, as well as we will be in gathering at the Rock, and then hopefully in California here soon as well. So thanks for watching the video, and the progress continues. Thanks, Low Man Rods.